Welcome to this special analysis of the escalating Israel-Iran war, a conflict that has shaken the Middle East and the world. From June 14 to June 18, 2025, we've witnessed unprecedented military exchanges, with Israel launching a bold offensive against Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure and Iran retaliating with missile barrages. In this video, we'll break down the latest developments, including Israel's control over Iranian airspace, reported plans targeting Iran's leadership, the destruction of key military and oil facilities, the toll on civilians, and the global economic fallout. We'll also explore whether this marks the end of Iran's regional dominance, the possibility of a restored Iranian monarchy, and the remarkable prophecy of Dr. Owar that foresaw this conflict. Let's dive in. On June 13, 2025, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a massive air campaign targeting Iran's nuclear facilities, military bases, and leadership. By June 14, the Israel Defense Forces (IDF) claimed near total control over Iranian airspace, a stunning achievement. Israeli jets, supported by covert Mossad operations, disabled key Iranian air defenses, including radar systems and missile launchers. Former Mossad official Zohar Palti noted that Israeli aircraft can now operate with unprecedented freedom over Iran, striking targets at will. The IDF reported destroying 120 surface-to-surface missile launchers and damaging critical air defense components, such as an early warning radar in Hamadan and defenses near the Fordow nuclear facility. This has severely limited Iran's ability to counter Israeli airstrikes, giving Israel a strategic upper hand. A controversial aspect of this conflict is the reported Israeli plan to target Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. On June 15th, U.S. sources revealed that President Donald Trump vetoed an Israeli proposal to assassinate Khamenei, citing no American casualties to justify such a move. However, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz warned that if Khamenei continued missile attacks, Tehran will burn. And on June 17th, Trump himself called Khamenei an easy target, though he clarified no immediate plans for assassination. This rhetoric suggests regime change is under consideration, though experts like former U.S. Ambassador Dan Shapiro argue that Israel's primary goal remains dismantling Iran's nuclear program, not toppling the regime outright. The threat to Khamenei has heightened tensions, with Iran vowing a harsh response. Israel's strikes have been relentless, targeting over 100 sites across Iran by June 18th. Key nuclear facilities, including the Natanz enrichment plant, were heavily damaged, with the UN's nuclear watchdog confirming the destruction of its above-ground section and possible damage to underground centrifuges. Strikes also hit the Isfahan Nuclear Technology Center and areas near the Fordow facility. Military targets included the Iranian Ministry of Defense, the Quds Force Command Center, and missile production sites. A significant blow came with attacks on Iran's oil and gas infrastructure, notably the Shahran oil depot in Tehran and the South Pars gas field in Bushehr, sparking massive fires and halting production of 12 million cubic meters of gas. These strikes have crippled Iran's energy sector, a critical economic lifeline. The human cost has been devastating. In Iran, the health ministry reported 224 deaths and over 1,200 injuries by June 15, with 90% of casualties being civilians, including 29 children killed in a Tehran apartment block strike. In Israel, Iranian missile attacks have killed at least 24 people and wounded nearly 600 by June 16th, with strikes hitting residential areas in Tel Aviv, Bat Yam, and Haifa. A notable attack on June 15th in Bat Yam killed 6, including 3 in a collapsed high-rise. Both sides have accused each other of targeting civilians, with Iran claiming Israel's strikes are indiscriminate, while Israel insists it targets only military and nuclear sites. The civilian toll underscores the escalating humanitarian crisis. Israel's campaign has decimated Iran's military and scientific leadership. By June 18th, at least 20 senior commanders were killed, including Major General Mohammad Bagheri, Armed Forces Chief of Staff, Hossein Salami, Revolutionary Guards Commander, General Mohammad Kazemi, IRGC Intelligence Chief, and General Gholamreza Mehrabi, Deputy Head of Intelligence. 6 nuclear scientists, including former Atomic Energy Organization head Fereydun Abbasi, were also killed. These losses have disrupted Iran's command structure, though Supreme Leader Khamenei quickly appointed successors, indicating resilience in leadership continuity. The IDF claims these eliminations are a significant blow to Iran's nuclear and military ambitions. The attacks on Iran's oil infrastructure have sent global markets into turmoil. Brent crude surged 14% intraday, peaking at $78.50 per barrel and settled around $75 by June 18th. Analysts warn that prolonged disruption to Iran's oil exports or the Strait of Hormuz, which carries 20% of global crude, could push prices to $120–130 per barrel. Global stock markets dropped, with Japan's Nikkei falling 1.5% and South Korea's Kospi declining 1.2%. The economic ripple effect is significant, as Iran's role as a major oil exporter amplifies fears of supply shortages. Combined with U.S. tariff policies, the International Monetary Fund predicts a 0.5% drop in global growth in 2025, highlighting the war's far-reaching economic impact. Could this conflict dismantle the myth of Iranian regional superiority? For decades, Iran has projected power through proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas, bolstered by its nuclear ambitions and missile capabilities. Israel's ability to penetrate Iranian airspace, destroy key defenses, and eliminate top leaders has exposed vulnerabilities. Posts on X and expert analyses suggest Iran's launch capacity is dwindling, with Israel claiming to have neutralized a third of its mobile missile launchers. However, Iran's retaliatory missile strikes on Israel show it retains offensive capabilities. While Israel's dominance in this conflict challenges Iran's image as an untouchable regional power, Iran's deep underground nuclear facilities and proxy networks suggest it's too early to declare its influence broken. The conflict has reshaped the Middle East security landscape, but Iran's resilience and allies like the Houthis indicate it remains a formidable player. Speculation surrounds Reza Pahlavi, the exiled Iranian crown prince in the US, whose father, the Shah, maintained close ties with Israel before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Pahlavi has voiced support for Israel's actions, earning praise from some in the Iranian diaspora but criticism from others. Some in Israel and the West see him as a potential leader for a post-theocratic Iran, especially as economic woes and military setbacks fuel domestic discontent. However, experts argue regime change through military means is unlikely, with French President Emmanuel Macron warning it could lead to chaos. Iran's government remains entrenched, and while Pahlavi's ties to Israel and the US make him a symbolic figure, there is no clear path for his restoration. The conflict may weaken the regime, but a return to monarchy seems a distant prospect. Amid this historic conflict, we turn to the remarkable prophecy of Prophet Dr. Ovwar, who foretold this war with striking accuracy. In June 2024, Dr. Ovwar interrupted a mission in Brazil to travel to Jerusalem, warning Israeli leaders of an imminent war with Iran. He described missiles breaking through, hitting homes, and urged Israel to prepare. Speaking from Fiji on June 18, 2025, he noted that his prophecy is playing out right before the eyes of all nations on your TV screens in a very tremendous and historic way. He met with Knesset members, security officials, and rabbis, including Rabbi Yehuda, to deliver this divine warning. The current conflict, with its missile exchanges and global impact, aligns precisely with his vision, underscoring his prophetic insight. Dr. Owar frames this war as a sign of the Messiah's coming, urging all to receive Jesus and be holy, for time is over. His words resonate as a spiritual call amid the chaos, pointing to a divine purpose in these events. The Israel-Iran war, now in its fifth day as of June 18, 2025, has reshaped the Middle East and rattled global stability. Israel's air dominance, the targeting of Iran's leadership and infrastructure, and the civilian toll highlight the conflict's intensity. Soaring oil prices threaten economic turmoil, while questions linger about Iran's regional power and the faint possibility of a restored monarchy. Prophet Dr. Owar's accurate foresight of this war adds a profound spiritual dimension, urging reflection on the times we live in. As the world watches, the path forward remains uncertain. Stay informed and join us for future updates.
Today is the 4th of April, the year 2025. The Lord Almighty, He spoke with me, blessed people, about the Iran nuclear war. The Lord showed me the nuclear bomber that came all the way, and it is night time. It will take place at the night time. It will be at night. When they strike Iran, it will be at night. These aircrafts have a capacity to strike multiple targets at the same time. In the manner that the Lord has shown me now, in these past 2 days, is that they are going to hit many other nuclear power stations in Iran. Because the bombers literally rained down missiles, repeated flow of missiles in different positions, different targets at the same time. It will be a shock and awe.
Breaking news out of Iran.
Explosions lighting up the night in Tehran as Israel attacks Iran's capital. It targeted Iran's main nuclear program, nuclear scientists, and ballistic missile programs.
B-2 bombers literally rained down missiles, repeated flow of missiles in different positions, different targets at the same time.